Well, hello, friends and family. Welcome to Jim's In-Town Gardening and Bella's Legacy Rabbitry. Want to welcome you. We also want to wish you a very happy Memorial Weekend. Today is Sunday. Just got done delivering a sermon message. Talked about our fallen heroes here in the United States and the importance of remembering them, what they've done for us, what they've sacrificed for us. Now, this is going to be going on tomorrow, Monday, which is actually Memorial Day. But I'm out in the bunny barn, and each day, usually it's right around noontime, I try to give them a dandelion. Well, my dandelions all went to seed, so I pick leaves. Now, one thing that I do is I give my adults and the younger of the younger ones, the older of the youngest ones, I usually give them a dandelion or a dandelion green leaf. So that's what I'm doing. So if you want to watch me as I do this, and then I'm going to show you some of the bunnies that we have for sale. And see if I can do it without having that light right in your way. And I'm not sure why that's doing that. See if that helps. So I'm going to go down the line and give everybody a dandelion green. Go, Mocha. Mocha. Hey, sweetie. Want a dandelion green? Yeah, girl. Yeah, of course you do. Sugar. Hey, sugar. Yeah, the girl. Fawn. Fawn, baby. Normally they spot the yellow right off quick, so. And here's Mandy. You're my baby girl. You're my baby girl. Good baby. You like that, don't you? Lily. Not Lily girl. Not a baby. Good girl. Hey, sweetheart. Hey, baby girl. Now, I just sold this one's sister yesterday. She went to town about a half hour away. Easy boy. And I think she is going to have a really, really good home. Young girl that bought her was really excited about her, and it's already sent me pictures, which I like. Daisy May, you do have babies tomorrow. Yes. Little baby, my girl. Not a baby girl. And a girl, and a big boy. And a boy. Go. Go. Like that. Like that. And a boy. Good stop, huh? Boy. Mommy. Mommy. Coco. We might need it later. Benji. Benji. Easy. There you go. Okay, smoke. Okay, smoke. No, why I say one a day. All things with rabbits in moderation when it talks to feeding them. You know, like I said, I give one of these to her each day. Bless your boy. That's my sweet boy. Peter. You know, especially if you're just getting rabbits and you end up getting a young one, much like the one that went yesterday, that one was born August 15th of last year. It was one of the bottle-fed babies. Anyways, that's what I usually do, just one a day. You know, it's more of a treat. They like it. But oftentimes you can do more harm with acts of kindness. Hey, Cece. You want to eat that, Eddie? Says, I'm used to the flower. I'm not used to the leaf. Rusty. That's my boy. That's my boy. Hey, CD. That boy. Picked a few too many. Okay, so see how I can do this. Bear with me for just a minute. Okay, welcome back, friends. So I'm going to show you, I know usually it's supposed to be Tuesdays, but I got a lot happening this week. I might be delivering some rabbits. I've got quite a bit of time that I've got to spend in the gardens. So I thought, taking it easy today, I'd show you some of the rabbits that we have for sale. Now, the sister to this one just went yesterday. This is the last girl of Shiloh's litter, which reminds me, I have to call that young lady because I gave her the grandparents sheet. I'll have to get back to her and correct that. Anyways, this is the last girl of that litter. Now, she's born August 15th. These were the ones that, when they were 2 weeks old, Mom had hurt herself somehow. I don't know what she did, if it was jumping in and out of the nest box or whatever. She had done something to her hind end. And these guys got bottle fed for about 2.5 weeks. And they've ended up being the sweetest babies. You know, they were handled a lot. So, let me put her down on my leg so you can see her a little bit. She was the smallest girl of the group. Okay, easy, honey. I know, that's not natural for you, but it's okay. Now, grandparents. Grandparents would be Layla, who has a litter right now, and I'm going to show you one of them. That one will be available at some point. And the parents to these guys was Shiloh. She's a big white, she's mixed. She's a Rex, New Zealand white cross. Like I said, mother to these guys is huge, and she's got a litter right now. Her litter is only less than a week old. Actually, I think it's 4 days old right now. And from the looks of things, those are all going to be black otters, which is really exciting. You know, I wanted that for a long time. Just didn't come, and now I'm getting some of them, so I'm happy. Anyway, she's a little bit of a shy girl, but once you hold her, she's fine. I mean, you can see she had been with her sister up until yesterday, and those two just got along so well. Now, excuse me, I don't have the doors and windows open. I've got the AC going, and it's supposed to be 80 degrees out, and it's a beautiful day out. There is a nice breeze, but I try to keep this on the cooler side for especially my boys and for my nursing moms and their babies. So right now I think we're somewhere around 66, and I'm good with that. Now if my wife was out here, she'd say, ooh, it's cold. So anyway, she is one of the ones that I have for sale. She's a pretty girl, aren't you? Yeah. Just like her mom, too, personality-wise. But much smaller. Okay, so now I'm going to grab her brother. And you've seen this one before. He's one of the black ones. Actually, there's quite a few brothers that I can show you. Let's see, there's the black one here. which looks more like the New Zealand. I've got the Rex one, or looks more like a Rex, and I've shown him before. Then I have another white brother, another white brother. Okay, here we go. So this is the one that took the Rex. Looks more like a Rex. He's a good boy. And I have had several people call on him. Just got to have him. Actually, there's a gentleman about an hour north of us that has spoken about possibly getting him. I haven't heard back from him for a while. Anyways, he would make a great pet. Hold on, let's get you down so people can see you. Yeah. There you go. Good boy. This is one that loves attention. He is one that loves attention. He was one of the smallest ones of the litter. This one, actually, the girl that I just showed you, and there was an opal. They were the small ones out of the litter of 9. And this one was comical. Boy, I'll tell you what. See, how we used to do it is, I'm going to look at the camera. Oh, that a boy. How we used to do it is I would bring the nest box in, because we were feeding the babies inside. And I had another nest box all set up with hay. So I would bottle feed one, and Leanna would go through wiping its chin, getting milk replacer off their faces, make sure it was dried. And she'd put them in the other nest box. And then after we were all done, we'd transport them over into their own nest box and bring them back out to Mom. Well, this one was so quick. It would jump out of that nest box. And oh, he was a comical little bunny. And he, like I said, he's got that Rex fur. It just feels like velvet. Beautiful fur. So, there's him. He's still for sale. Okay, so now, next I'm going to grab, hay in there. You got a hay seat. See if I can get it out. Yep. There. I'm going to grab the other dark black one, or the black brother. And I'll be right with you. Okay, and then we have this handsome fella. Can you come up a little bit? Attaboy. Attaboy. Yes. Good boy. Yes, he is. He's a good boy. So this is the other dark one. He's a sweet boy. Back a couple of weeks ago, there was a young man that came, and his mother had got a rabbit for him, and he had his choice of this one and what would it have been? It would have been Layla's boy, so that is a relation to him. Can't remember. Anyways, he chose the other one. The other one was quite a bit bigger. But it was the first one he held, and he said, I want this one. So this one's got a sweet personality, don't you? I'm gonna put him on my lap so you can see him. Oh, good boy. Good boy. And he is thick. Yes, he is. He is thick. Solid boy. Solid boy. You can see the kind of brown highlights showing. Huh. Yes, he's a good boy. Good boy. So with this one, I mean, he'd make a good pet, but he could also be used as a good breeder. You know, if you don't mind the Rex New Zealand cross. You know, he's got the Rex fur, but it's soft. It's very, very velvety. A lot like the mom. Good boy. So that's him. So now I'm going to grab, I'll grab one of the two white ones. White brothers. Be right with you. Thank you. Okay, good boy. Yes. Okay, so here's one of the brothers. He's a sweet boy too, aren't you, huh? Yes, he's a sweet boy, and he loves to be brushed. You watch, he's going to start. Usually, his back is just a going. Good boy. Yes, he's a good boy. Yes. Get down in my lap so I can show you. Huh? Get down in my lap so I can show you. Yeah, boy, easy. You know, for the swap guides, I ought to give these guys a name so that ones that are interested, they'd know. I've done that in the past, you know, so if I have them named on there, they know which one I'm talking about. So this would be the first white one out of that litter. Good boy. Yes. No, you can't see Lily. Well, you can see Lily, but you're not having Lily. No. So anyways, this is the first one of the boys of this litter. Again, these guys were born August 15th. They're a New Zealand White Rex cross. The mother to these, Shiloh. Oh, and I just weighed her not that long ago. She's, like I said, she's got a litter that's a week old, or less than a week old. And usually when I breed them, I give my wife the weight of, I give the weight of both the doe and the buck so she can record their weights there. I like to keep an eye on how their weights are. And I'm going to say that she is close to 11 pounds. I don't remember offhand, but she's one of the bigger does here. Her and baby are just about the same weight. My girl up here, Fawn, which would have been Sugar's, the first litters that I kept from, it would have been Sugar and my red New Zealand Rex boy. Anyway, she's my red New Zealand, and she's a big girl. She's in the 13-pound weight, and really, I should. She's nursing babies right now. She could stand a little bit more weight, but she's my biggest girl. Right, baby, good girl. So, boy. So I'm gonna grab the other boy, and I'll be right with you. Okay, so this is the last of the brothers. My sweetheart, you like this too, don't you? Huh? Yeah, you do. Oh, easy. Good boy. I got trimmy nails. Yeah, one thing that I've been doing is after I get done brushing, I've been trimming the nails before I put them back and grab the other one. And this one definitely needs it. They are sharp. You know, for those who have rabbits and you're noticing that your shirts or blouses, whatever, are getting little holes, you might want to consider making one of these little bibs, aprons. My wife made me this a couple years ago, and boy, it saved a lot of shirts. You know, I handle them quite often, and the nails are sharp, even after they're trimmed, they're sharp. So, can we get down on my lap? Huh? Can we get down on my lap? Yeah. We show you off. Yeah, good boy. Good boy. Now this one's a little bit bigger than the last one I showed you. Yeah, you see that girl down there, don't you? No. Alright, let's turn you around. We'll turn you around. Yeah, we turn you around. Okay. Alright. Good boy. Good boy. I want that girl down there. You know, for somebody who doesn't mind the pink eyes, both these two that I just showed you would make really good pets. How do I say this? They like to explore, but they're gentle to work with, you know, which is nice. For breeders, you know, they're both a little bit on the smaller side. Even the girl is a little bit on the smaller side. You know, not that the size of their parents and grandparents couldn't take through. I put a lot of this on the bottle feeding, even though I gave them just as much. You know, the kitten replacer as I could get into them. And some of them drank really well. That first black one that I showed you, that one was an eater. He was the run of the litter, but boy did he eat. And so didn't the black boy that the larger, the one that looked more like the New Zealand. He was an eater. Let me see. Good boy. Yes. So, I've got one more that I can show you. And I'll have to look on the chart on the date of when he was born. It's another white one, and that would be a mom is a Lavender Rex doe. Dad is Buster, my big New Zealand white boy. So if you give me just a few minutes, I will get him, and I'll be right with you. Good boy. Okay, so now we've got this boy. This is the last one of Layla's that was born in March. I can't give you the date right now, but I know he was in March of the following year. Again, he'd make a good pet, although he's got the size to him, you know. Good-natured boy. Go in my lap. Go in my nap. Attaboy. There you go. Seems he's got some size to him. And excuse the stain. He's next to Adrian, and I would say those two have been spraying each other. So. Good boy. Yes, you are. Good boy. Yes. You know, for those that are new to rabbits, you want to calm a rabbit down, this is how you do it. Spend that time brushing, talking to them. You know, if it gets so that you can do it every day, just spend, 5-10 minutes with them this way, brushing them. They like being brushed. Once they get used to it, they're going to enjoy that. I think of some of the does. Baby. Baby and Daisy I bought together, only because I wanted some more does. And actually I got them the same time I did Buster. And everybody's seen me work with Buster. Buster is just the sweetest boy to work with, him and Peter. But they were challenging at first. You know, you reach in to, because I don't grab them by the neck. Most of you have heard me go through that before. What I do is I bring my arm around and I bring them up to the door. It's why I've got the guards on the doors. Anyways, years would go back. Baby's a big girl, and she did not want to be handled at all. But I forced the issue, you know, probably once a week. Well, I was constantly just putting my hand in, you know, like this and letting them bump me. And then as they do that, I just gently, you know, like that on the head. And that was good. Well, then, you know, it came time I wanted to bring them out. Because with my does, I do a lot of checking on the babies. I know some people say don't do that. Well, I do. If there is one that's not alive or there's one that's got to be tended to, I want to be able to do that right off. I want to see if mamas are feeding them all, if there's one that's been kind of, good boy, one that's been left behind, you know, maybe weaker than the rest, and they can't get on to nurse. Anyways, I like to work with my does. I like to work with my bucks, and you know, if it takes just spending that much time with them, you know, I'm gonna do it. Good boy. Anyways, Baby is the sweetest girl. I can do anything with her now. Daisy is pretty good until I put the nest box in. She's due tomorrow, so she got a nest box a couple days ago. Actually, 2 days early. She was already doing what Leanna calls the hay smile, gathering up the hay. However, I used the metal nest box on her because she is a chewer. She has chewed more of the nest boxes up on me. So she's got a metal one this time. But anyway, she is one that when that nest box is in, that cage is hers. She doesn't want anybody to bother her. Even putting a hay ball, I have to watch. Her ears will go back, and this time she'll charge me. She hasn't bitten me, but she wants to. Melania was nasty, nasty, nasty when she had babies, and now, you know, we've got a bond together. She trusts me. So, you know, again, it's all getting to know your rabbits, them getting to know you, that they're not going to hurt you. Now, Shiloh, I'm not sure what's going on with Shiloh, because that first litter, she was a young girl. She was really too young to have babies. So that was a mistake, which is the ones you just saw. She wasn't quite I've shared many times that I don't breed my girls until they're 9 months old. The boys all start at 6 months. She wasn't at 9 months. Anyways, I had, actually it was a doe, her sister, a doe that I sold down in Derby, Maine. Beautiful little girl. And we came out to do our night chores, and Leanna says, uh-oh, this white doe's got a hay smile. And I said, what do you mean? Anyways, she had accidentally got bred. So, took that doe out, put her in another cage, and put a nest box in immediately. Well, the very next morning, I came out to do chores. It was early, and she was just having them over in the corner of the cage. So I picked those 9 babies up just as quick as I could and put them in the nest box. And she did really well. She cared for them just the way that she should have. And I could work with her. Well, this litter here, and I'm nervous about letting anybody in the barn right now, only because, in fact, there's been 2 people yesterday that stopped up, and I told them, I don't dare let you go to the last half of the barn, and it's because of her. I don't want her trampling those babies. She's got, I think, 7 babies in there, and just want to be careful. She's nervous, and knowing that, I don't want to put her into a situation where she feels that she's got to run into that nest box and take the chance of trampling. That's happened to me already this year, and it's sad. And anyways, it's all good. Water over the dam, water over the bridge. How's it go? Water over the dam. So, hey, baby boy, you good boy. So, anyways, that's the boys I have for sale right now, and the one girl. Now, next week, they're still not going to be quite ready, but I will show you. As of now, I've got one baby out of Mocha's left that hasn't been spoken for. Her babies usually go quick, and I haven't even advertised them, and they've been selling. I also have this will be a true New Zealand up here. It's white. I can't tell you if it's a boy or a girl. Those 2 will be ready June 12th. Layla's, there's, I think I'm down to just 1 left of that litter. That one is going to be a gray otter. Beautiful baby. I can't tell you which one, how old that, or I can't tell you what the sex is of that one. Now, baby's litter is only a little over a week old. Those are going to be New Zealand's, and they're all white. Those will be from Buster. And then I've got Shiloh's babies who, like I said, those are only about 4 days old, and those are going to be sweet babies. If I can just keep her from pouncing on them. So, I'm in hopes this week I can show you some updates on the garden. Now, I've got a video clip of me planting potatoes, and I had other parts of that clip that I was going to share, and I had text messages and phone calls coming, and even though I ignored the phone and text messages, I don't have those clips to add in. So I'll add something on later on. It might be just showing you the gardens or whatever. So, friends, I want to thank you so much. So you're going to be seeing this tomorrow. Tomorrow being Memorial Day. I do hope that all of you remember our vets who have sacrificed their lives for us. Also remember those still living who did their part on keeping us safe. You know, in the message that I shared, my dad, he was a World War I vet. My grandfather was Civil War. He was in the Civil War. He was with the cavalry. The stories that man told about the horses that he had. I still remember them. Some of the stories that he shared. My boy was over in Iraq, so you go somewhere and you meet somebody, especially if they've got a cap, World War I, II, Vietnam, whatever. Thank them for their service. Something that I try to do every time that I am put in front of a man or a woman who has served our country. So, friends, thank you so much. I don't mean to preach here. I love you. God bless you all.